like, so D's not coming. So welcome to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda.
You sure you're not coming? He's not coming.
He's not
Just want to make sure before I say his part.
Well, you know, we're gonna be reviewing Bmf season 2, episode. What is this? 4? Season 2, episode 4. I think. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, and we can get on into this thing. So we start with a flashback with the kids in the car, all 3 of them, and they just rolling down the highway, fighting with each other like kids do when they be in the backseat.
Mm-hmm.
And Lucille, you know, she know how to calm them kids down, so she turned on the gospel, and they was Brady bunching that thing on down the highway, singing the gospel record. Flash forward to T and what's that boy's name? Meech. They in the car. What was it Sunday? Well, how did they end up there?
I guess that's just what they remember. Get in the car, I guess. They was arguing over the radio, so maybe that's what they
stopped on.
Yeah.
I mean, it be like that sometimes. I've been hit with a little nostalgia, and then you stay there because why not? So the cops are pressing Denise about this situation. Of course, Brian really wants her to turn on what's their name? Flannery.
The Flannery boys.
The Flannery boys. He really wants her to turn on them, and she's sitting there looking like, listen, I don't know what she's looking so scared for, because anybody that would be agreeing to roll out with bricks in a, you know, secret compartment of the car, you had to know, like, you know, is that where you start? Is that where you start?
She didn't think she was gonna get stopped because, you know, I'm a white girl.
I mean, but she did. But she did. It can happen, you know. So I mean, you had to know that at some point you taking that risk. You're running the risk. Like, it is what it is.
He didn't have to beg her to do it. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's what I'm saying. She was the main one that was like, they ain't gonna stop. We gotta get back, you know, like, so we know she's not, you know, scared, Miss Denise. Isn't it funny that Pops wouldn't have found her?
Mm-hmm.
That was his choice, and Terry didn't even want it. And now look where we are, you know, today. So Cash Doll shows up just in the nick of time, you know, before they pressed her to open her mouth. She shows up as her legal representation. Well, do she work at the law office?
Mm-hmm.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I knew she was, you know, she had like a real job. And thank goodness. So basically, Meech and Terry, you know, offered she gonna have to take that time, take that little bitty bid that they gave her. I think it was something like 2 or 3 years. And but she didn't say how long, I don't think. She just said you're gonna have to for sure do some time. But they're gonna take care of her. So what are you gonna do? Go to
she
trial?
Probably really shouldn't even have to do that. I mean, golly. It was the first offense.
I couldn't tell if like
was it a brick? How much was in there?
It was more than a brick. It was a good amount. But they was pulling stuff out of there. But I feel like when they had their little get together, when the chief was screaming at them later on in the episode, I feel like maybe it sounded like it did get thrown out. You know, however, you know, however it happened, she didn't get what she, you know, what she could have got.
But she did tell them they was gonna pay for her son's college education, so just sit back. Sit back and hold tight. You're gonna have to do this time, but he gonna be taken care of. You ain't got to worry about that.
You hope he gonna be taken care of. He'll be taken care of. There's no guarantee of that. They're on the run.
But when they said that, I was like, they ain't got no money. How they finna take care of this girl?
Right. They're right now at this very moment trying to figure out what to do. They're on the run.
Hey girl, whoever you are in real life, did they pay for your kid college education at Michigan State? The real girl.
The real life. Well, the real life.
Because we do know they blew up. I'm just want to know, did his tuition get paid?
Yeah, They did eventually. I feel like based on, because I've been watching the documentary like on the real Meet and Terry, and feel like they was moving with integrity. So if that's how that went down, I feel like they would did the right thing. So never mind, girl. I feel like, Meet and Terry pull up on their cousin in Cleveland. I guess on the way to Atlanta, they had to make a pit stop.
Absolutely.
And they should have.
They had to roll through anyway. They had to roll that way anyway.
I mean, so they beat his ass and took his car. What is he gonna do? Tell on him? So
right.
Meech and Lamar have a lot in common. He still like got bullet holes in him. He out here fighting.
And he was toe up too, just like Lamar. I don't know how y'all sitting up here like
he was shot up real good.
Y'all Marvel characters out here fighting the bullets, y'all.
But you know what? In the documentary, they was saying, they were interviewing somebody, and he was like, after he got shot, like he literally seen him like the next day walking through, like he was like, "Are you all right?" I was like, "Yeah." So I guess he is a real life superhero out in these streets. Lucille wants to go on a retreat. She wants to go on a retreat with her husband and try to, fix whatever it is they got going on. Charles is not going on no retreat with Pastor Snoop Dogg, and I can't imagine why he would want to do that.
You didn't tell everything. Now you want him to go on a retreat with the dude? Come on now, Lucille.
Plus, he's acting all embarrassed because she showed out at church last week, so he's, I think this might be it for them. Like for a really quick second, I got caught up in their story. Like, they're together forever story. But I'm realizing that they don't have a together forever story.
They don't?
Oh. But can't you tell how Charles is moving?
Well, I knew Charles was moving that way.
Well, we see where Terry get it from.
Well, clearly.
And Meech. Both of them.
Two baby mamas.
Yeah. So Terry and Meech are on their way to Atlanta. They beat up the cousin. They, headed to Atlanta trying to figure out a plan because they have basically what, 15,000, I think. Not enough. They got a little bitty bit of money and no idea how they gonna, make moves down here. They coming to a whole new state. Meech is worried that, if Denise doesn't take their offer, things could be way worse, than they are at this point. And in that moment, he found Terry's history book, child. Terry's still trying to study. He's trying to study on the road while he's on the run to.
Terry ain't been no school.
Did he graduate from school?
No. Terry ain't been no high school.
We had hopes for him. At the end of the day, they don't know what to expect in Atlanta. From Detroit to the ATL, that's a bit of a culture shock. And Lamar's out in the streets being a menace. He just, snatching people's chains and grabbing old ladies' purses, and he's in charge again, y'all. Lamar he's back in charge of these streets because who else is gonna be in charge? He murked two of them, folks over there in his gang.
Nobody messing with Lamar crazy self. Y'all gotta kill that dude. I mean, can't say that. Pop out.
Unalive. Unalive him.
Yeah.
Ooh. This is crazy. Like, how is our actual conversation in life just supposed to go?
What, unalive?
Yeah, I'm just like, so y'all just gonna make us just like revisit the way we say things just because.
That's good practice. Maybe I'll stop cussing.
I said that, I said that.
There might be some hope in it.
Anyway.
Doubt it, but okay.
I mean, so Meech and Terry meet up with this dude that K9 had introduced Meech to, I guess, in his travels to carry that work back to Detroit. And of course they're asking people for work on consignment. Everybody's like, it's a drought. Nobody's giving you anything. He's like, I'm not gonna wait to be last to get my money. Crazy. And Meech is like, yeah, but I was one to help you get it, like in the first place. But he's not going for it. Earl, this dude's name is Earl. Of course his name is Earl. Now Earl has said now what he can do is he heard about this dude named Pint that can turn, one bird into two. And Terry's not going for it. I was confused. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Terry's like, we don't want to know where no magicians is turning, one bird into two and such. But where's the dice game?
That doesn't sound smart at all, Terry.
They're gonna go gamble their way. Oh, Terry. He think he's so smart too.
At the beginning, this season. And what's crazy about it is Terry's the one narrating this story, but he making himself sound really bad.
Well, he know how he was though. That's probably exactly what you can't.
Yeah.
Meech is still here. He can't change the story because he just gonna be like, that's not what happened.
But Meech made Terry sound really nice, really smart at the in season 1.
He is smart. He just hot-headed and he just decides to do things like, Terry's way. Meech is the one that's like, the thinker. He's the visionary. He's the Kanye.
Oh, not the Kanye child.
Oh, child. So Pops is dropping Lucille off at the church and, they're saying their goodbyes and the choir lady comes up and she's like, Charles, you're not going? And now Lucille is side-eyeing everybody at this point. She's side-eyeing this, lady. And so then she like plants this all wet, sexy kiss on her husband, talking about bye, honey. And he don't care. He could not wait. He could not wait for her to get in that church van. Charles, I knew it was going this way. I just knew it did.
We knew it.
So the boys are down at the Butt Naked Strip Club down at the ATL. Now, the strip clubs, we have had this discussion, and down in the ATL is different than, other places. And Meech is, caught up in the, thickness of it all. And Terry is like, well, you focus. We didn't come here for that. And Meech is like, you need to let your hair down a little bit. I mean, it's right there. We might as well enjoy it while it's right there. I can't be mad at that. Then they got on this whole conversation about baby mamas and who had the best, whose baby mama was the best. And Meech really sat up there and, contemplated how really good both of his baby mamas was, except for the fact that one baby mama was attached to, Lamar and his habits.
Yeah.
So they was, in love with the cocoa.
That's gonna come back into play, huh?
That cocaina. That baby mama was probably.
I sure hate it. Because she is smart. I
mean, that's how it goes though, isn't it? Like
I
you
know,
said,
old boy
like you said, homeboy over there.
Yeah, he was an accountant.
See, I knew that's where he was gonna go with it.
Yeah.
So while they're standing there, they get invited to the back room. The back room is where the dice game going on, and who's back there running things? It's Monique, aka Gloria. What's her name? What they call her? Glory? I don't know. It's Monique with a gray wig.
Big mama.
At this point, I can't really, get past Monique and all of her buffoonery. So, it is what it is.
It was Monique playing Della Reese and what's the name? And
Harlem. No, yeah. So dirty. I was just like, how's she not made it?
I don't want this to be a thing.
No,
it's cute. Let her be in this episode, but let's not make this be a thing with Monique.
No, we don't need it, nor do we want it really. Moving on. Anyway, Terry think he's so smart, he gets into a dice game with some folks in the back room and he don't know and then bet up all the money. So now they really in the hole because he think he that dude with his bad eye. So Charleston took his tail over to Mabel's house. He over there figuring out how to fix the fan and the cabinet need fixing. And what is he always standing on a ladder with his screwdriver like he do? But her house just falling all the way apart.
He couldn't wait to get over there.
Did he go straight from the church?
His house is falling apart. According to the old girl,
she said.
Yeah, you keep running over there.
Well, he over there breathing hard, and she over there standing too close to somebody she know got a wife at the house, but you know, you can't trust these H to the O's. She invites him to a party at her house on Saturday night. Do they party? Because it seems like, I'm just saying.
Well, Lucille don't.
He don't either. He ain't supposed to. He said he don't drink. You know, he's a church-going man. He don't be out there partying down to that worldly woman's house for sinful friends.
First of all,
unless his wife is out of town. So
that's too close for comfort. Why would you do that? And it's right next door. Why would you go there? That's dumb.
Because that's how stupid people do.
Yeah, T.O. Daddy having
he's right across the street. Yeah.
Dumb.
Anyway, child. Keep your eye on the neighbor, lady.
Oh, I'll tell you about that later. Next.
Oh.
It's like back in the day, back in the 80s on our street. What they had said, what the rumor was.
Oh, well, I know the people on your street.
The people to the house to the right of me was with the people to the house in front of me. That's what they had said.
I think I remember that.
You remember the song like that?
I think I remember. Look, I'm like right here.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah. I had heard something about that, I feel like. Crazy.
Something else.
Anyway, Brian's kid shows up at the police station with no shoes because somebody then ganked his Nike. You know, Brian is like, that's it, we're gonna put you in karate or boxing or something. And he's like, I don't really like sports. I don't want to do that. I feel like it can't be easy going to school in the hood when your dad's a cop.
Right.
And Detective Brian have his nose all down in the hood business. Like, he's not just a cop. He's a cop that's an annoyance to the community. And they know that. So Lamar, apparently his headquarters is down to the chicken place and he's down there like getting free food. They ain't really catering to Ashley Larry the same way they're catering to Lamar. But, you know, this is where he's conducting business. Somebody came down there and, I don't know, paid him for whatever work he had, you know, been out here in these streets doing. So he's legit back in charge. He hasn't had a chance to go to the barbershop yet or, you know, get a quick, you know, cut and shave. That was, you know, he still, looked like he came out of the morgue, basically. Terry and Mitra out of town. So like I said, it was very easy for him to take over. And he's really happy, but not really, because none of this is going to be complete until he can get the love of Cash Doll back. So, you know.
Good luck with that.
What are you going to do? You know, matters of the heart. So now Terry and Mitra are standing outside. They're trying to contemplate like what's gonna happen. What is their future in Atlanta? Because the money's gone. So now what are we gonna do? And Terry's like, why are we even here? Like, why are we here trying to do something so far away from home? And you know, Mitra gonna give you a speech. And in this speech, Mitch believes in himself. Like he had a whole, I have a dream about my future speech. And in that speech, he did come to the determination that somehow God wants him to be the king of
Cocalina?
I don't know, the crack universe.
I don't think that's how that
Yeah,
works.
he believes the Lord wants him to be there in that position. That's what he said.
He is his father's child. Yes.
I was like, I could even hear like in the background. Anyway. So Detective Brian shows up to the school because of course, like, he's his parent. And that's what he should have done. I mean, what are you gonna do? The kids are at school, like, still in his shoes. Of course, his son is like, please don't come there. That's only gonna make it worse, which, nobody wants to be considered a snitch. And you snitching to your cop dad, who we hate. And so his kid he wouldn't cheat, he wouldn't snitch on the boys that, especially when they're just standing right there looking at him. So
I would have
the
beat them
principal's
kids
like,
up.
there's
If I was the cop, I would have beat them kids up.
Well, I mean,
you got the badge.
Okay, so
you do it to everybody else. So what was it to pull up on them? Either way, they wouldn't mess with him.
He did get that handled.
Yeah.
We could skip straight to that, and he basically goes over to Sidekick's house and tells Sidekick to handle his light work, and Sidekick went over there and handled that situation.
Mm-hmm. He could have did it himself though. You be beating up everybody else on the street.
I mean, I feel like it doesn't matter one way or the other. You got them kids beat up. I don't know how that's going to work for your son in the long run. It kind of doesn't matter who did it. They know why. Because he's dead.
They ain't gonna mess with him. I hope not.
I hope not too. So now Terry and Meech are down in the ATL. They are having the AU Center experience. And I have had that experience. And, and it was around the same time they were having it. It's nothing like it. So they are caught up. Like, we're never leaving here. From Detroit to the ATL, I get it. And in the 80s, the ATL was definitely, the late 80s, early 90s, it was hot right then. I don't know how they know this guy, but somehow he's a contact down there in Atlanta, and they're trying to set up a meeting with him. And while they're doing that, Cash Doll calls Meech and lets him know, like, that Denise went for the deal. She's fine with that, but you're gonna need to go ahead and make something happen real soon, because if she don't see no paper, then she probably gonna change her mind. And then he started asking her, like, is Lamar come around, what have you? And they talking in street code, but pretty much she told him she can handle her business, so stay out of it.
Okay.
That's why I was like, so then is she his girlfriend, or is the other girl his girlfriend?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
They're so different. But isn't that how it goes?
Usually it's a little hidden.
Huh?
Usually it's a little hidden. They snug over to this one. They snug. In this case, I really think they both know their position.
They have to. Well, you said,
other one over there with her mama
was with Lamar, so I don't think she's as impressed. Like, the other one was the one, the girl that sits at the hospital and cries with your parents about how they help you. Yeah. Anyway. Speaking of Lamar, he goes to visit Cash Doll. And that one last chance to, win her heart over. She opens the door and pulls a pow pow on him.
Mm-hmm.
And tells him, like, basically, you're nuts. You're so nuts that my daughter's scared of you, and I had to send her away just so she'll be safe. And that made him feel some type of way. So maybe he'll leave her alone for now.
For now.
For now.
For now.
So, like I said, Mish, they got this contact down there. They meet up with him at his house. They're so, like, fascinated with how nice his house is. It's a nice house. I'm like, so is he in college, or what's up with that? So they're over there with this guy, still trying to get work on consignment. don't they know like that these people probably know that they lost the last work that that they got their hands on? Nobody giving you no work on consignment and you're broke.
Mm-mm. And then the thing too, I think because that was the dope house. So it's like dope houses don't look like this in Detroit. What is this? This how y'all doing?
Yeah, because he had his man in the kitchen cooking.
Yeah.
And, you know, so Contact said, listen, I won't give it to you on consignment, but maybe I'll try to help you find this pint character that could turn, you know, one bird into two. And Terry's like, okay, so then where's the dice game at? Because we got to get some money. So he's gonna like try the very same thing that he tried the last time, because he's, I don't know, the dice king in Detroit. You have to ask somebody.
Because he had some loaded ones, but he was just gonna cheat this time.
Isn't that the stuff that gets you killed?
Yeah, that's what happened in life.
Yeah, I don't even want to say the name, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So Pops went to the party. He over at Mabel's house, like dry humping on people and getting his booty felt up by some strange woman. Like, what kind of party was this?
That's what I said. When she did that, I was like, is they trying to get him in a threesome, or when you
walked
get done,
away
it's
from
my
some
turn?
man that you were like over parlaying with to walk over to Pops, run your fingers up. Like, why do you think why? Anyway,
You
child,
need to
Mabel,
stay away from that house.
that is a house full of bluesies and Jezebels.
Yeah, Mabel, I don't know what you got going on over there.
Child. Meanwhile, Lucille at the church confronting Choir Lady. Now, Choir Lady, you told your little sad story, but I feel like you was doing a lot. So
no, Choir Lady, you was doing way too much. You can go on with that. I used to be, no, you was all up on that man. You can say that. She can say that one for somebody else. I didn't feel sorry at all.
Okay, well, dang, Mabel. Your eyes just now open, all of a sudden you got your eye on everybody.
She was right.
Choir Lady.
Because she'd have been like, I don't know how it happened. He just kissed me, and then one thing led to another. Right. That. Yeah. No, girl. All y'all was trying. All y'all was at the Charles.
Well, he was an easy catch, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So Meech and Terry roll up on Monique, and you know, they basically telling her like they know she played them and they want to get their money back. So they need her to hook them up with a dice game for they could go ahead and win this money back. They go to this dice spot. And they, you know, the dude lets him in or whatever. I guess on the strength of Monique, he goes ahead and lets them in the game. And then peeps that they playing together. Like, I'm like, y'all wasn't even slick with it. Y'all wasn't even a little bit slick with it. Plus, they don't know you. Like, it's human nature for you know, for people to be keeping an eye on the new guy.
Right.
So he called him out and put some new dice on the table and told them, like, can you do that? Can you come to a dice game with your own dice with people you don't know?
I think they switched them.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, anyway, he gave them some different dice and Terry got lucky and they won their money anyway. So, do you know, maybe the Lord do want to see them.
I'm just somebody. You know, the devil got powers too. The devil got powers too. Just saying.
Well, child, I'm gonna go ahead and slide out of that and get on over here with Pops and Miss Mabel, because Pops got Miss Mabel bent over the wall, bent over and up against the wall. He all the way in. Now he didn't like bent her over at the front door, got a little quickie and rolled on out the door. And Miss Mabel was like breathless.
4 pumps and was done. Now was that worth to Mabel? You did
And
all of that.
clearly, she was smitten. Like, she been waiting for that. Like, I guess they was like, "Oh, we just getting started." That was just a teaser. He right next door too.
That's what
Soon
she
as
had
she
to
go to
say.
Bible study, it is on and popping. He got the nerve to be over at the house pondering his little moment front door. And Lucille walks in and kills that vibe right quick. Like, he's smelling his shirt. Like, you came in the house smelling like Mabel washing the dishes and you didn't wash your ass until your wife came home. And she came home talking about she want to get the groove back in their marriage. And
it's a wonder she ain't smelled a girl on her. Cause you know Mabel had on all that perfume and stuff.
Maybe she thought it was the dish soap.
You know Mabel had all that perfume and stuff on her. She was at that party. You know she was smelling. He was smelling.
And it's probably cigarettes too. He was standing at that counter smelling like.
And you definitely smell like cigarettes when you don't smoke.
When you don't smoke.
When you go around somebody, you definitely smell that.
Well, I mean, it is what it is, child. She maybe she is just ignoring it at this point. She want to get that thing back. So Meech and Terry go back to the Connect, and now they got money. And when they see what the work is, they thought the work was gonna be more than that. And listen, when you broke and you got to tell everybody you broke, you don't have a lot of negotiating room. You're gonna have to deal with what it is. But they did peep that homeboy that was in the kitchen is actually Pint. So Pint then showed them some recipe to
make love to the Coca-Cola.
Make one bird.
That's what he was doing. He was making love to it. He was treating it like a woman.
He had a little song and a little rhythm with the thing, and
it worked. Shoot.
Raindrops, drop top, cooking.
Yeah.
Back at the crib, Lucille over here, she trying to throw that thing on Pop. She trying to lay it on down and spread it wide. It was so weird-ish.
And once again, he did 4 pumps. 4. That was horrible.
I was like, so what's happening here? Because both times, like, Mabel had thrown herself up against the wall, and Lucille was laying there, like, with her arm thrown all over. And maybe the 4 pumps is just, pops, 4 pump pops know what to do with it all in one little quick package.
All right, I guess.
So back in Atlanta, Terry and Meech are sitting down having a conversation, and Terry decides he is back in the game full time. So Terry and Meech are having this conversation, and Terry decides that he's back in the game full time. I'm glad he came to the realization, because I feel like he ain't never left the game.
He just decided that, oh, I'm back.
Yeah. Okay. I'm back, 100% back.
Child.
I mean, the point at which you put all them bricks in that lady car, it seemed like you was back then.
When you put the stuff in the baby bottle and ran your ass down south, you was back then.
You've been back for a minute, Terry.
Right.
So Lamar shows up at Terry and their mom and daddy's house.
This was the best part in the whole show right here.
Miss Lucille had to fend for her life. Now look, she done prayed this clown off her porch. She prayed him with the blood of Jesus. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Something happened, because you see when he had the switch in his eye. He switched.
He changed his mind, child, because we know he don't have no problems taking folks out. That was his moment to, get revenge.
Now look, when that door was knocking, at first I thought that was Mabel ass. I was like, oh, Mabel.
Now Mabel wasn't finna bring her stuff over there to that lady's house.
I said Mabel finna tell it. Mabel gonna say Charles left his watch or something. I thought Mabel was coming to kill, steal, and destroy. Oh, that first part.
I mean, all those things are true, but it was definitely not Mabel. It was Lamar.
I wasn't expecting Lamar at that door. I really wasn't.
I feel like if there was really nothing left for her to do, you know, if all else fails, like,
child.
If Meech can call on the Lord to make him the head crackhead of the crack king of the universe, then surely she can, you know, pray this clown off, you know, her front porch.
She did that.
So little Nicole came downstairs and seen him standing there. She called Meech and Terry and told him he was there. And they're like in Atlanta talking about, we gotta go. And I was like, from Atlanta?
You're gonna go what? It's gonna take 12 hours.
Happen?
That's a 12-hour drive.
With a trunk full of work.
Come on now. So you
really?
got to drive under the speed limit. Then y'all red car, because they had a red car. Child, please. Child, please. Okay.
But child, that's how that ended. So we'll see next week, you know, back again with the adventures of Meech and Terry. Until then, y'all, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.